Okay, alrighty guys, and welcome to this video. I already recorded this video about a week ago, but in German, and I thought it might be interesting to re-record it in English, just to see if it gets some more clicks, a little bit wider of an audience. And so let's just dive into it. As you could already see in the title of the video, today we are discussing the Bohemians as a water sieve. And my argument basically in the last video, but I stretched over 3 to 4 or 5 minutes, something like that, is shortly that the Bohemians are basically a top tier water sieve in disguise. Because normally when we talk about water sieves, the first thing people would mention is probably the Italians. And also the Vikings are often stated as a water sieve, or the Berbers, Byzantines. Yeah, that basically, sometimes maybe even the Koreans, but yeah, pretty much no one talks about the Bohemians when we talk about water sieves. And I think that's a little bit weird, because the Bohemians have a very strong potential on water, and I would say they're probably at least top 10 on water, if not situationally, maybe even top 6 or top 5, something like that. So they are really underrated underwater, in my opinion. And yeah, here's basically why. So let's have a short look at the tech tree, the technology tree. And yeah, let's dive first into their water capabilities. And you can see, okay, up until Castle Age, we basically have everything. All options are available. And yeah, when in Imperial Age, it starts to get a little bit thinner because we don't have fast fire ship, which might be a little bit problematic for some of you. But then again, we have galleons, so you rather invest on galleys, war galleys, and galleons instead of doing fire ships, although they are, of course, also a good possibility, especially in Feudal Age. So when we don't have dry dock, that does hurt a little bit, in my opinion, because that 15% faster movement can be quite helpful, especially if you have a large flock of galleons, for instance, and you want to hunt down fire ships. Because when you can come and shoot and draw back and shoot and so on, the typical hit and run technique, so not having dry dock is a little bit painful. Yeah, and also transport ships could carry more units. It's also not that bad, although I must say, if you already have a normal transport ship with carrying, you already can carry 10 people in one boat, so that should usually be enough. And yeah, often it is even better to take 2 boats instead of 1 boat, because it is much harder to sink 2 boats in the same time than to sink just 1 boat. So it's not that bad, but it does hurt a little bit on in Imperial Age. And when we don't have shipwright, yeah, ships cost less wood and build faster. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit of a controversial one, because shipwright is only a thing, especially as you only get it very late in Imperial Age. I would only want to invest into that if I was going to build another like 25, 30 or even 40 galleons or fire ships. So in that case, I would need that. Yeah, but that does not hurt so much. But what is awesome is that we have cannon galleons and elite cannon galleons. And yeah, so we're not that special, but we are also not bad. I would say, especially as we have elite cannon galleons, we are a little bit above average on water maps, considering the tech tree. But now, let's get to the civ bonuses. Okay, it's a gunpowder among civilizations. Blacksmiths and universities cost less wood, which is minus 100 wood. That is very helpful, because very often I do not invest into blacksmith upgrades heavily up until Castle Age. So very often I end up building 2 blacksmiths, which means that in total I save 200 wood. And sometimes I even make 2 universities. So I save up something about 200 to 400 wood, which is great, because a galley is basically 90 wood. So if I save up 200 wood very early, that means that I can put out another 2 galleys, or at least I have the wood for another 2 galleys, which is awesome. So the next one, which is also a hidden water bonus, chemistry and hand cannoneer are available in Castle Age. Okay, hand cannoneer is maybe not that helpful in a water fight, as you can imagine. Although they might be helpful if you set over to another island, and then you have already like 5 or 10 hand cannoneers, because if you're fighting an infantry civ like the Goths, for instance, having 10 hand cannoneers in Castle Age is like super overpowered in some cases. But you get full upgrades in the blacksmith for your ships if you're making galleys, and then you also get chemistry, which is up here. Genau, so missile units have +1 attack strength, which means in turn that in Castle Age it is very easy to dominate on sea with the Bohemians, because we have war galleys that do not only have full upgrades in Castle Age, but we also get chemistry, which gives them a little bit more of punch with their attacks. So basically, to cut it short, we have some of the strongest war galleys in Castle Age that you can possibly have. And I think only like Viking longboats or maybe Portuguese caravels or maybe some Byzantine fire ships are really considerably stronger than that. So yeah, we are not the greatest water civ, but we get a power spike in Castle Age because of that chemistry. And with that, it is very easy to dominate in Castle Age on water. So, good, let's have a look at the other bonuses. Spearman line deals +25 bonus damage. That can be also pretty helpful, because if you take a transport ship and you set over to the other island, and you play versus a very strong cavalry civ, like the Franks that go heavily on paladins and so on, or at least knights, or you're fighting versus another civ that gets very strong into hussars, for instance, like maybe Saracens, or more likely the Turks. Having another +25 bonus damage, having some extra punch on your spearman line, can be quite a strong thing. So that's also not that bad. Fervor and Sanctity affect villagers. Okay, that's basically just like an economy bonus. So yeah, Fervor is especially helpful. I mean, Sanctity is not that helpful on islands, as your villagers should be on a separate island and they are not under attack most of the time. But having Fervor means that monks, or in this case villagers, move 15% faster. And that can be also quite helpful, because it can help you establish a better economy. Yeah, and then also, and this is probably the most important one, mining camp technologies are free. Okay, what does that mean for us? That does mean that already in Feudal Age, we save, if you collect it together, we save 200 food and 150 wood. Also, we save that much resources if we would need both upgrades. Although in Feudal Age you usually don't invest that heavily into stone. You rather start mining gold to get your war galleys out. But you also get faster. So villagers mine gold faster, which means you can have one less villager either on gold, or you simply get more gold, which helps you putting out galleys much faster. And as you get it for free, the cool thing is, it also does not take the research time, because that's the next thing. If you research it, it takes like, I don't know, 30 or 40 seconds, something like that, to get the technology, but you get that straight ahead, which means that very easily in Feudal Age, you can get ahead by maybe 60 or even 100 gold very fast in comparison to a generic civilization. And if you have like 60 to 100 gold, that means that you can put out another 2 to 3 galleys at that point. So that makes it very easy with that mining bonus to dominate the sea in Feudal or Castle Age, on early Feudal Age, because yeah, you can have the same amount of villagers, like you have gone up with 24 or something like that, 24 villagers, and the enemy too. But this economy bonus is basically with all the resources that you save and the faster gold mining, it's like having 2 more villagers at that point. So that's a pretty hard factor you should consider. So yeah, as I said, these mining upgrades were really powerful. And then it's not only in feudal age, but when you get another spike in castle age, where the villagers are even faster than that. So it's another 15% faster, which is awesome because it means that in total it's like plus 30% on your gold mining. And that basically means that if you have 8 villagers on gold, that's like another 3 villagers that take in resources. And yeah, if you combine it and also combine all the resources that you save, like it's another 200 food here, another 150 wood here, that's a total resources of 700 in castle age that you save up for that. And again, you get the bonus immediately, so that's really, really powerful. And yeah, as I said, the Bohemians are not the best on sea, but they get a power spike. So in feudal age and in castle age, they should usually be able to even defend Vikings or Vikings who also have a very strong economy, or also Italians, Byzantines. So if you play it right, they should be very strong. And yeah, what's now the long-time plan for the Bohemians? The long-time plan would be first dominate on water and feudal and castle age. And then basically in late castle age or early imperial age, you make transport ships where you send like 10 or maybe even 20 villagers on the other island. And then your idea would be to put up 1 or 2 castles as fast as you can do. But of course, for that you also need murder holes. Treadmill crane would be nice to get the castles up faster. And you should also have ballistics to have your castle shoot more accurate. Yes, so that's what you should do. And then once the castles are built, or maybe even parallel to it, you should also make 1 or better 2 or 3 barracks, so that you can basically save your castles versus rams and cavalry and whatever with pikemen or halberdiers. So yeah, that's basically a long-time plan. And the unique unit of the Bohemians is the Hussite Wagen, which is a siege weapon, as you can see. And this one is very, very strong against archers. So let's just have a look at it. You know, Bohemians unique unit. Units behind it receive 50% less damage from incoming projectiles. Strong versus archers, weak versus siege weapons. Okay, good. So basically, you can also even fight the Italians on sea. You can try to dominate the sea very early. And then your long-time plan would be to send over on the other island and then attack with Hussitwagens and also with halberdiers. And yeah, as the Italians are very strong with archers and also light cav, halberdiers and Hussitwagens should basically shred this composition of archers and light cavalry. And the only really good thing that the Italian can do versus that, in my opinion, is basically going for siege cannons. I mean, okay, he also has like champions. Champions would also be a good idea versus that. Yeah, but basically the Italians are strongest with hussars and with archers, and also with their bombard cannons that are cheaper, much cheaper in fact. Yeah, so of course we can still counter you on land, no question. But I think in a land battle, if you have a matchup, Bohemians versus Italians, I would usually prefer to play with the Bohemians. And also, you have to keep in mind, if the Italians get strongly on bombard cannons, it's very easy to make a switch as a Bohemian, because then again, if you have a look at the tech tree, the Bohemians have a special unit, which is the Hofnitze, and yeah, that's basically just an improved bombard cannon, but it has more life points and deals more damage. So if you get into a bombard cannon war, versus the Bohemians, and you just have the normal cannons, and we also get siege engineer. I'm not even quite sure whether the Italians get siege engineers. Let's just have a look at it. No, we even don't get siege engineers. So basically, if Italian decides to go strongly on siege cannons, it's no problem for the Bohemian. Because, yeah, as you can see, he has the Hufnetzes, and usually as a Bohemian, you should very easily win that kind of fight. Yeah, as you simply have a better unit for that. Good. So that's basically my plan for this game. I try to dominate very fast, very early. I'm not going to play with a human player now, because I couldn't make a match. Or at least not on such a short time. So I'm playing an extreme AI on islands, and I play as the Bohemians, and yeah, the enemy will be the Italians, and I will try to show you how to put that strategy that I just explained into action. And yeah, that's basically it. But I just need to write a very short text message, so I will pause the video, and then after that we can immediately start fighting the extreme AI. Okay, 1 second please. Okay, sorry for that. I just had to write a very important text message to someone about the time that we are going to meet today. And it was important that I write it now, so yeah, just to explain that. Just thinking, I could also take a higher population. Last time I played Bohemians versus Incas. Oh, I got a reply. Okay, she's fine, because I wanted to make a workout session, a 3D workout session with a friend, and she said, "Oh, it's cool. I can eat my lunch in peace then." Good, and yeah, not much about that. 500. It's always insane. I would go to 250 for my population, so that I can pump out some more units, because last time when I was playing Bohemians versus Italians, I ran into a problem in Imperial Age that I did have the resources to put out a lot more units, but I was pop capped all the time with 200. So this time I do 250, and I think if I can stem out another like 40 Halberdiers or just more economy or some Hofnetzes or whatever, that should be just fine. So, and yeah, now what you will see is the matchup Bohemians versus Italians, and just to stress this again, the Italians are very strong pick-sieve on water, and I had a look at some statistics lately, and I have seen that in 2/3 of the pro games where we could pick a civ, 2/3 of the cases the Italians were picked. So basically, when the pros were fighting with other pros, yeah, in 2 or 3 times we were picking the Italians. So water fights on a professional level, as long as it wasn't random, basically had become Italians fighting other Italians. So yeah, that's interesting. And yeah, as I've explained to you, the Bohemians are not that big, but they are very, very rarely picked on water maps. And yeah, I just want to try to challenge that view, because I think that the Bohemians are simply underrated. Yeah. Good, so let's start. And yeah, now I'm going to with Dark Age, of course, at first. And it won't be anything special, just a very generic build order, or a pretty generic build order at least. So there's not really much to learn there, but you can watch it anyways, or you can probably skip. If it's too boring to you, you can also skip, like, whoops. You can also skip like 10 minutes or so on time, and then you will get that. So, okay, good. Okay, here are our piggies. That's also good to know. We're together, so that's thing I want to do when I've got out my mill. So, okay, you're also going for the sheep, my friend. Yes. Okay, let's make another one on sheep. And then we can start to get into wood. So it's a really basic build order, 5 on sheep, 4 on wood, and so on. So if you're familiar with build orders in general, I think you can skip this. Or if you're new to the game, or fairly new to the game, you can still watch it and see what to think about it. Okay, here's 1 relic, 2, 3, 4 relics, 5 relics. Okay, so he got 3 relics on his island. That's pretty unfair for me. But okay, but that happens sometimes. That happens, as the game is pretty random sometimes with this stuff. I mean, it would have been nicer to make like 2 on every island and then like 1 relic in the middle on an island that you have to conquer. That would have made more sense and it would have been more fair. Yeah. Also, I don't know why they didn't program it like that, because, I mean, it would be pretty easy to program it in the way that it spams 2 relics on each island and one relic on another island. I mean, it's really not hard to program at all. So, yeah, they could have done that, but they didn't. God knows why. Or the Microsoft engineers know why. Yeah, but whatever. But what I will do is basically conquer this island very soon, and I will at least have 2 relics and this extra gold, so I don't think that the enemy having 3 relics is really a problematic thing for me. Okay, good. Let's make our first dock. And this dock will be passive dock. So I put it on the backside so that the enemy doesn't find it so fast. But usually also the AI makes passive docks first. So it should be around somewhere here on this line. Sorry, I just got a message, so I'm quickly looking. Okay. So, the AI rarely makes, or probably never makes, some aggressive docks first, so that we are docks here and here. Oops, you got onto that, my friend. Now we make another lumber camp here, so that we can work on that. Okay, alright, great. Good, and then the 18th villager will have the honor of making a new house. Oh no, I will make it with... Oh, it's okay, I will make it like that. So... Good, now this one. As you can see, the score is still pretty close to each other. But simply because the AI is not that bad at the start. Although it is easy to rush the AI at the start, so that has also to be said. So 1, 2, 3, oh yes. And let's make some more ships, okay. Now let's get into the berry business. As I always call it, the berry business, yes. So. Ano. Okay, let's hunt down this pig first. Oh, I'm trapped with this villager. Interesting. Okay, now I think I can make another forward dock to basically get into a little bit more of fish business, if that's what you can call it. So here, make some more fishing ships to boost our economy. Okay, he's just standing there. That's not cool. He's supposed to work, but it's always a little problematic with the guys, you know. I always tell them, hey, when you're unemployed, you have to go to the Agentur for Arbeit and get a new job buddy. But they're sometimes a little bit unmotivated, and that's of course not that cool. So it's always a problematic thing with these guys here. Okay, let's do the next boar. And there we go. So, okay. We have a lot of wood, which means that we can make some more fishing ships. It should boost our economy quite fairly at the moment. Okay, we need another house, as I just see. That is a task for this guy. I always get pop capped, which is a little bit embarrassing, and here it was not working again, so this is very lazy villager. I will have to keep this guy in mind. So when I have economy deficits, I will know that's probably because of this guy. So, okay. And then we can make another forward dock, which will be around here, I think. So, something like that, yes. Okay, and we can go up with finally almost 40 pop, which is nice. And we make another lumber camp, but before that we make a new house. And then we will also be putting out some more villagers. Okay. Let's get more into this fishing business. This guy can make another ship, so okay. Ah, and he's already up, but we are usually not that super fast with attacking. So that's kind of okay, I guess. And we're all not working here. It's not good. Okay, so as you could see, my games are usually far from perfect. But, I mean, even Hera is saying that, so it's kind of okay, I guess. I guess nobody is perfect, but then again, who's nobody? Yeah, I know, I'm very funny again today. Getting my best jokes at you. Okay, I could make another dock down there to get this fish. So. And now we already have all the lumber upgrades, which is super awesome. And yeah. Let's basically also make a blacksmith very fast, which will be a job for this villager once the house is done. Because now we can put out some galleys, and once I have like 4 or 6, sorry, of those galleys, I can basically start to get into some heavy action here. Okay, let's pump some guys out here. Pump here some guys out. And this one. And that one. Let's keep this working. And make some new houses. And she's done with the blacksmith. Congrats on that. And as you can see, I'm pumping out the galleys now. So this is looking quite good at the moment. And whoops, he's already in castle age. Wow. Okay. So he was jumping ages. Okay, that's not very good for me. Which means that I also have to boom a little bit now. I actually wanted to go into war galleys first, but I think okay, I will just try to get into castle age as soon as possible with that situation I've got here. Okay, but I've got a lot of wood, so he can go from wood onto gold. This guy too. So market is done. Congrats. And we go up and we wait for the last 2 galleys and we make some aggression on water. And he probably has a stock around here or here, I guess, as it's VAI. But VAI is a little bit stupid, so of course, if you fight versus a human, it's not that easy. But I guess as he has rushed VHs so fast, he probably doesn't have a lot of he probably doesn't have a lot of military. I would be very astonished if he had. And now I can go and destroy his ships on the backside, because all the time that I've been playing with VI, we always build a very safe dock, like here or around here. It's almost all the time the same. What do I call it? It's also almost the same meta, the same pattern every time. I also could steal some relics here, which would be nice. And yeah, I can also make a transport ship now, do this. And maybe put out some more of these nice galleys. And then we can also fish here. And get this woman making a dock round here. And I still cannot see any of his boats. Okay, that's weird. Okay, let's take 5 fills. This one too. Get into the transport ship, and then we'll see what's going on.
Ano, budíš.
Okay, let's make a new TC. Okay, he already has war galleys, but I have the larger number of ships. So that's a very good deal for me on an economical side. Yeah, but it's already, as I said, he has his safe dock here and does his stuff here. So it's pretty funny how it's always the same, basically. So, and you can go here and go where? Ah, fire galley. But I already killed some fishing boats and some of his army, and I only lost like 2 boats. So that's quite a good deal, I would say. You go where? I need some stone. Yes, please give me some stone. And then you can make this. You can make a monastery, my friend. And we can make some more galleys. Yes, please. So this one is done here. That's great. And we can develop this here. Get some more food out. And things are kind of looking pretty good, I would say. So let's get that relic, and then let's also get another transport ship, I would say. So let's get him here. Boink. And I make another dock, as I have so much wood around now. So we can make this one. As you can see, it's sometimes a bit difficult for me to do the multitasking right. Because it's always a little bit hard to get multitasking right in this game. Now I try to conquer this relic. So, get our fishing ship here. Yes, and we can go here now. And I need a university to buy the upgrades that I've been talking about. Especially chemistry, which will be quite helpful. But also, I think that... whoops. I think that ballistics will be very helpful. And now he's trying to make a forward dock, but I'm not allowing that. Okay, so let's steal some relics. Let's make this one. Let's make some houses. Do not get housed so hard. Let's get chemistry, let's get ballistics, and we will pretty much rock on this map with that. Yes, and let's steal his relic, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And we go here with a relic. And prepare to steal the next one. Okay, she's done, that's great. And she can make another TC round here. And I can need some guys on next one too. Ah, okay, this one's also ready already. And I could also make a lot more of boats, I'm just realizing. Oh, wrong one. Making trading cocks. Okay. Let's get these in here to make another TC round here. And as you can see, I'm pretty much dominating on water right now, although I'm playing versus the Italians. So that's always a plus. Boink. And we just got the 4th relic, which is awesome. Someone... Ah, we are not doing anything. Let's group these together and we can finally go to the Imperial Age. And we need so many more houses. Okay. So this is always big numbers fighting small numbers, which is always economically good for me. Oh, a monk. So. And things are looking pretty good. Pretty good, actually. Now here's our monk. Monkey monk. And as I have already said, okay, it's already an Imperial Age, interesting. As I've said, we are preparing now our invasion on land. Boink. To make some castles, and I could actually also make some castles here in the middle. Would also be interesting. Boink. Because VI is always very stupid, they will send their ships right into castles, and that's a very effective cost. That's a very effective deal for me. Boink. Yeah, as you can see, fire ships are a little bit nasty at this point. Why do we take so much damage? I'm a little bit confused right now. Ah, okay. And now it's going good, I would say. Desperately need to make some more boats. I also have so many resources, I could spend so much more on that. Okay, good. I lost a fair amount of villagers, as I can see here. It happens. It happens. So I think before I go on land, I will try to make another castle here. And just try to defend like that at the moment. Get the last blacksmith upgrade. Yes, now we can make another blacksmith. Around here maybe. Yes. So... And I could also make some more docks to put out some more boats faster. Okay, let's get this upgrade very soon. And yeah, as you can see, the score is not looking that good, but I have 4 relics, I have my castles up. I just need to make an invasion as soon as possible. So, let's get that and let's get that. Okay, we could get some more wood out here. I'm not sure how he gets this big score, to be honest. But as it will be very hard for me to land right here, I think it might make more sense to go onto cannon galleons. And to actually make a water fight. These fire ships are holding a lot of damage. Not quite sure why that is. Usually they are not that good. Oh, I forgot the wood upgrade. Oh, that's painful. That's not good at all. That really shouldn't happen at a certain level of gameplay. But okay, good. It does happen. It even happens to the best, although I'm not the best. But still saying. Yeah, need some more people on wood here. You guys can go here. I mean, I have the resource bonus. I have 4 relics, and I have much of the wood that's going on this map. So, and he's trying to come with the transport ship, but this is going to fail. And this is going to fail very strong. And he's making crossbows. Oh, and he's trying to set sail. Yeah, but that didn't work as well. Boink. Yeah, and as you can see, he was booming nicely, but he's making very poor attacks with his fishing ships. And I'm now trying to get him on water with a water fight. Let's mix, whoops. Let's research for lead cannon galleon. Boink. And this is looking very nice. But I think once I've done some castles on his side, he probably will stop trying to invade me and he will attack the castle. So I think I should be going for that pretty soon. Yeah, as you can see, the score is still quite off, but I think that's simply because VAI is booming better than I did. I still have so much pop space that is unused here. It's pretty outrageous. Oh, let's make some lead cannon galleons. Yes, please. So, and now slowly but steadily we are going there. Oh, and here's another ship. Oh, I don't like that. Ah, that's annoying, okay. How did this happen? Okay, good. Let's make another transport ship to get the last relic around here. So, let's get those out. Let's get you here. And I might be happy to have a castle somewhere around here, maybe. Boing. Yeah, but when we have all the relics, it will be very easy. And again, he is doing a landing. And I lost a couple of fills, but that's not so bad. It's not that bad after all. Okay, boink. Let's destroy that. Let's destroy that. And very, very soon I will build my castle here. But now I need to get all the upgrades for the Helvetiers first. Okay, these guys can go here. What time is it actually? Okay, I still have about 20 minutes before I'm meeting with a friend. So I should get this fixed. Boink. Boink.
Ano. Stavím.
Good, you're making that. You're doing that. Let's steal the last relic. No. Oh. Okay, that has been unfortunate. That doesn't matter. I can go and get further sanctity for the monks first. So, Sojadash, Brav Dugish. Very good. Okay, the problem with this game is now that the AI has been booming a lot. Last time I was playing those Incas, it didn't reach Castle Age so fast. So my game plan could be a little bit different. Oh, he has a lot of gold. I will try to deny the gold from him. Boink. Ah yeah, and he's working here. Boink. And yeah, a cannon galleon is 150 gold, I think, and one normal galleon is 30 gold. So it's all very effective trade-offs for me. Boink. Let's get onto this guy. Yes, let's get this, let's get that. I will do some Hofnizes now on land. And I will kill these castles so that I can get on land faster or easier. Okay, let's make some more galleons. Okay, let's help the castle first. Because this is not looking very nice over here. But we can still destroy the other castle later, so it's no problem. Not really much of a big deal here. Oh, and he got the relic. Ah, it's a little bit unfortunate. That is a little bit unfortunate, but still no problem really. So let's make some more dogs, so we can put out ships faster. Can make another one around here. Not doing anything, so let's get this and that done. And let's make another TC down here. Okay, let's repair the TC. Boink. The problem is I'm not spending my resources at the moment, so that's a little bit problematic. Boink. So let's develop the Hofniz. Let's get this upgrade. And we should also get this upgrade for Hofnizas. Okay, I've made some nice destruction around here. And now I'm going back to the castles, I think. I destroy the last castles that I've left over on the left side. Let's destroy these guys. These fire galleys are holding up pretty well against my galleys. I could now get Rusite reforms, because then I can get the last monastery upgrades pretty cheap for food. And yeah, should get this one upgrade. Conscription is very important. Who's not doing anything? You're not doing anything, okay. Good, let's destroy this stuff on the left side. And as you can see, the score has passed, so I'm actually doing quite nicely. Yeah, my long-term plan was to set sail on land and to do a landing. And then destroy him on land and not on water. Ooh, transport ships again. Oh, let's destroy this barracks, yes. That's looking nice. Yeah, and as you can see, you can also fight on water with the Bohemians. But this was, as I already said several times, not my initial plan. This was not my initial plan, but it's still working quite nicely. I mean, theoretically with any Civ that has elite cannon galleons you can do a water fight. So it's not that surprising, but this is working so nicely. Boink. So. We have that problem again. We somehow managed to cut through. Okay. Let's kill some rams then. Let's make some new villagers, and I again forgot to buy an eco upgrade. That should not happen. So, we need some architecture for our castles. I could also make cannon towers theoretically. Still have so many pop spaces left here. Shouldn't make much more.
Ano. Ano. Stavím.
Now I need some more food for the invasion. Okay, let's get that wood. It would be very nice at a certain point to be Portuguese, because when you have the Vitorias, and Vitoria economy is sick in late game, if you're playing 1 versus 1. So that would be pretty cool, but yeah. It's just a nice to have. This one, this one. Okay, here are transport ships again. Hello. Please move, please move, please move. Oh, and he's going through. That's not that cool. Kill the transport ships. Okay, a human would have been smarter and come like here and then attack me on land, which would be pretty disastrous for me at the moment. So.
Ano. Vykonám to.
God, let's make some more houses.
Stavím.
Vaši služba již kráčím.
Ano, vykonám to. Šéfu dřevo. Jsem připravena.
Please repair with TC, yes. It's funny that usually repairing only costs half the amount of buying a new one. So fully repairing a castle costs like 300 stone. But with TCs it is different. TCs cost twice the amount to repair than to buy a new one. But very often the game makes you repair TCs simply because you cannot afford buying a new one or losing a new one and getting all this idle time. Why does he not? Okay, good. I do not have to understand everything. Stashbuch. So. Let's go there, please. Yes. Good, let's make one castle. Let's make another one exactly around here. And we need our ships to support and defend the villagers. Oh, I should have gone on one castle just at the moment. This is not looking very good. I think I will lose both castles. It's simply too many hussars. At a certain point it's very hard to set over. And there's so many hussars. But I think I can solve this. This shouldn't be that hard. And I think I can fix that by one moment. Let's make some farms first. Let's make some farms first.
Ano, stavím.
I think I will just make an invasion with a lot of halberdiers.
Připraven.
And the halberdiers should kill
Jsem připravena.
all these
Vykonám to. Stavím.
should kill all these hussars very nicely.
Stavím. Jsem připraven.
Jsem připravena. Stavím.
1, 2,
Stavím.
3,
Stavím.
and 4. Yes, please.
Žádáš.
Co žádáš?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Stavím.
5, and 6.
Stavím.
Star Bůh. Jsem připraven. Stavím.
Now the fishing boats are not sufficient anymore. I need some fields, some farms to make my income, my food income.
Stavím.
That shouldn't be problematic. I mean, I have enough villagers, but are still not doing anything.
Jsem připraven. Stavím.
So this one goes there, this one goes there. And I think if I make an invasion with like 40 halberdiers, I can repeat my tactic that I've just gone for. Also going to buy some more stone here. Okay, let's get enough stone to build 3 castles. That should be fine. And we've got an invasion going on again. And it's starting to get pretty annoying. Good. But now we will make our own invasion. Yeah, at this point, when the economy is already pretty fledged and he's got a lot of hussars and he also has a lot of food probably going on, it's not that nice anymore to make to come on land. But as I already said, my plan got a little bit screwed up because this guy was very fast in Castle Age and he was booming very nicely. Last time I played with the Incas, it was easier than that. So, it happens, but as a halfway decent player, you should always have a second strategy. So, you should also be able to deal with that kind of stuff. Okay, now we have more galleys. We can go here. And I will make also a lot of Hofnizas, do some castles, do Hofnizas on land. But first of all, I will kill these damn hussars with my halberdiers. And this should actually work quite fine, I hope. So, as you can see, the halberdiers are basically shredding the hussars. Okay, it's a lot of halberdiers, it's a lot of hussars, but the halberdiers are doing quite a nice job, I think. And we also get some support by the galleons, which is also nice. Oh, even halberdiers are not enough versus all these hussars. That's interesting. Oof, okay. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that should be sufficient. Damn, even 40 halberdiers have not been enough to kill all these hussars. I did not count on that. Was not expecting that at all. I can kill some of his economy buildings. Kill this mill. Oof, this game is taking much longer than I actually thought it would. Yeah, it's probably going to be around like good half an hour. But yeah, that happens too. Sometimes games are going a little bit longer than you would want them to be. But it's funny to play versus different civs, even if it's just VPC, VAI, because yeah, as you can see, last time I played it, the strategy was a little bit different from VAI. So basically, it's funny to see how VAI is adapting to new situations. Hello. Yes, please, go into there. Okay, very nice. And let's start shit again. Hoping that this time it will be a little bit better than last time. And just realizing I could still like so many galleons around here. So 1, 2, 3 more. Yes, please.
Jsem připravena. Štěpu dřevo.
And let's see if stuff is working out this time. Okay, good. That's looking fine so far. Let's get the halberdiers around there. Let's drop our poor little villagers.
Jsem připraven.
And let's make some castles.
Stavím.
And the halberdiers are doing fine work, as you can see. Just hope this castle will go up fast enough, so that the castle can kill some more hussars then. Oh, but we're still having 30 halberdiers, so we should basically shred the situation. Yes, and the castle got up. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And we have some hand cannoneers trying to kill our halberdiers. But we can deal with that. We already have a castle up. Okay, good. Now we can make the next castle.
Ano.
And then we can start making some sick siege units
Stavím.
with our Hofnizas on land. Or the Hofnitz, or whatever it is called, I don't know.
Ano. Ano.
In German it's Hofnitze, and I think it's almost the same words in Czech. Because the Bohemians are basically Czech people, but the part where we are living, Böhmen,
Dáš, budiš.
it's
Stavím.
It's basically a little bit in the east of East Germany, and yeah, at Hitler's time, when Germany was a little bit bigger, because we lost a lot of landmass after the Second World War. Yeah, it basically whoops. It basically was once bigger. Germany had
Dař Bůh.
more space, and before the Second World War, I'm pretty convinced that Böhmen,
Stavím.
Bohemia, or what it's called in English, actually was a part of Germany.
Žádáš. Budiš. Stavím.
So if anyone was interested in that kind of knowledge, you're welcome.
Dář Bůh. Vykonám.
Okay, let's make a TC around here. Okay. And I have exactly 5 stone to few, but it doesn't matter, I have my relics.
Žádáš.
So I have gold income from the relics. I need Hushaltwegen, okay, that's great. And now let's make some Hofnizas. And you will see that combination Halberdier, Hushaltwegen and Hofniza basically on land does not really have a real or good counter by the Italians. Oh, there's still a lot of wood around here, it seems. So, let's go and do some havoc on land. Why are you not producing new Hofnizas? Okay, that's looking much better now. 1, 2, 3, and you can see the gold was running up very quickly now. But I think my Hushaltwegens and the Hofnizes should do some really awesome work now. Free. They are not even that cheap actually. It's 70 gold. It's pretty cheap. They're not that expensive. It's pretty cheap actually. 70 gold for a siege unit is even cheaper than a Scorpion. In my opinion, a Hushaltwegen is much better, especially an elite Hushaltwegen is much better than a Scorpion. So, and now let's go and whoops, let's go and do some heavy damage on land. And as you will see, the Hofniza are extremely strong versus buildings. Boink. 4 shots and this building is down. So. But Hussein has actually existed. Oh, and he's giving up because he's realizing that he cannot defend anymore on land. The Hussein actually existed. It was an invention by the Bohemians, and the background of this basically is that the Bohemians have been pretty easy farmers or not very well trained military in a military way, and they basically were fighting knights. And on open field, it was very hard for them to fight the knights. So what we invented is these Hussardwagens, where were archers and hand cannoneers and yeah, other ranged weapons inside and some pikemen maybe. And basically we invented these wagens to do warfare against knights. And yeah, it's basically existed. And as you can see, it took all the resources. If he hadn't done such stupid invasions, and I wouldn't have killed most of the transport ships so easily, and he had set sail here on land, it could have become pretty devastating for me. But I think with all the relic gold that I have gotten, yeah, it's been very advantageous for me. The only thing is that I couldn't get the 5th relic, which is a little bit sad because I actually already had it secured. And I just lost it because I was a little bit unattentive at that moment. But yeah, it's not exactly what I wanted to show to you. I wanted to show you how to do an invasion in late Castle Age and then fight the rest off on land. But okay, I still won it. And as you have seen, yeah, also the combination Galleon plus Elite Cannon Galleon is very strong on water, and it's not too hard to fight an extreme AI, even if it's the Italians on water with that resources that you have. Oh, I still got wood here. Yeah, but I got the extra resources here in the middle of the map by building my TCs here. And as you have seen, the AI wasn't very clever, because VI was always sending new and new units into the castles. And as you have seen, yeah, it's a very effective trade-off for me because the castle is 650 stone. And a castle can easily kill, if you send them one by one, can easily kill like 100 ships. So, yeah, basically he was losing a lot of resources with that. And yeah, sending troops into castles is not very smart, especially if it's ships or even worse, archers, because they cannot really do damage versus a castle. So yeah, it's been a little bit sad that he gave up so easily, because it would have been fun to destroy some of his buildings with Nizas. They are really strong, as you could see, versus buildings. But yeah, as I said, the Italians are stronger than the Bohemians on waterway. But once you have set sail on land and you've got some Hufnizas and some Halberdiers and some Hussardwagens, this combination Halberdier, Hufniz and Hussardwagen, the Italian basically does not really have an answer to that. Because you could come with archers, for instance, or hand cannoneers, or maybe skirms to try to kill the halberdiers, but the Hussardwagens would take care of that. And yeah, if you come with light cav or cavalier, the halberdier will take care of that, as long as it's not insanely many hussars, as you've seen on the first landing. And if he tries to shoot your Hussardwagens down with bombards, you can still take your Hufnizas and shoot him down. So you should in general be better on land than the Italian. And also the Italian doesn't even have Halberdier. So there is not much that you could send, except maybe large masses of champions. Because the champion would be quite good versus Halberdier. Pretty good still versus Hussardwagens if you send a very large number. If you send equal numbers, of course not, because it's a gunpowder unit and it will shoot down infantry very strong. But the champion could also take down Hufniz very nicely by going into their minimum range or going beyond their minimum range so that they cannot attack. So I think that the best answer to this would probably be large masses of champions, or maybe even maybe even condottiero, because it's an anti-gunpowder infantry, which means that it might be pretty good versus suicide wagons and Hufnitzes. Yeah, but that's pretty much the only thing you could do. But if he goes so strongly into infantry and goes into condottiero, you could theoretically just make hand cannoneers. And yeah, okay, the condottiero is an anti-gunpowder unit, but then hand cannoneers are an anti-infantry unit. So I think as long as the masses are right, you should also be able to shoot him down with some gunpowder units. But I will just go into the statistics now to see what has happened here. Okay. Okay, you only killed 187. I lost 188, which means I probably shot one of my own guys. Buildings raised. Okay, that's a lot. 158 buildings. I didn't think it would be that much. And okay, he did in conversion, but I did not in conversion. Interesting. And I collected more food than he did. And I collected more stone. And of course, I also collected more gold with all the relics that I had. Yeah, but he just had more food because he had so many farms. But he invested most of the food into hussars that I've shredded with my halberdiers. And yeah, as you can see, he had a pretty decent castle at each time. I was actually not expecting it to be that fast. I rather thought it would be like 80 minutes maybe, and it would have been a large difference because if it had been 80 minutes, I probably could have done more damage on sea. But yeah, it wasn't that bad after all. Let's go to society. Okay, relic gold 7,614. If I had also gotten my last relic, it probably would have been about 9,000, something like that. Which would have been awesome. Yeah, but I could have pumped out more units, as you can see. The problem with the AI is it is not that strong in military and it is easy to be rushed. But one thing the AI is pretty good at is booming. So I think the increased will count probably was more advantageous for the AI than it was for me. So much fish still over. There's also so much fish that he didn't take. I don't know why he didn't fish around here. I mean, okay, at the beginning I was killing off some of his fishing boats. But I mean, that's very safe fish after all, as it's at the backside of your island. So I'm very surprised that he just didn't take this fish around here. But all this fish here is taken. So around my island, all this fish is taken. Okay. No one touched all this fish around here. I mean, that's still a lot of resources. If you count that in, it's still like bam, bam, bam. Still a lot, actually. Okay, good. That was not the smoothest game and not exactly what I wanted to show to you, but then again, it wasn't that bad, as I already said. I hope it was kind of interesting to you to see me playing the Bohemians on this water map. Maybe also could kind of spark a conversation and discussion whether the Bohemians are actually a top tier civ on water, or at least if you play them the way as I've told you how to best play them. Yeah, and that's pretty much that about the video. It would be nice to get a thumb up. You can always leave a comment. It should be interesting. And if you don't want to miss any future videos, you can of course subscribe to me. As yeah, I will do a lot more of Age of Empires content, I think. I also do some Stronghold Crusader content and some Command and Conquer content, if anyone's interested in that. And I also do some creative work. But now I have to get going because I'm meeting with a friend. And it would be very rude to let her wait because we already had this appointment for about 4 days. So there's not a real good excuse to skip out of it so lately or let her wait. Okay, I hope you had some fun watching this game. Maybe you could learn a little bit out of it, and as I said, maybe I have sparked or ignited a way to discuss whether the Bohemians are not that bad on water. It also would be interesting to know what you think are the best water civs, like the best 5 or even 10 water civs. So that you make a tier list, like saying number 1 is this one, number 2 is that one. It would be pretty interesting to get your input, because I think with all the civ bonuses and for all the economy bonuses that the civs have, it's very debatable whether a civ is very good on water or not. And as you've seen in Castle Age with the war galleys with chemistry, the Bohemians can very well dominate. In the Castle Age, I would say they are one of the best civs that you can play on water. In Imperial Age, maybe not so much anymore, but in Castle Age, they're super strong. And yeah, maybe there's also another civ that could be a hidden gem on water maps. And yeah, it would be interesting to get your input there. Yeah, and lastly but not leastly, last but not least, I give out a high five to all the people who watched the video in the whole, because it's not that it's not guaranteed that longer videos that are longer than half an hour get watched in full. So if you're one of the few people that has watched the video from start to end, I give out a high five to you, and it would be nice to see you again in the future. Okay, so thank you and see you hopefully soon.